So today we will be building our own computer, which will also be used as a server, by the way. So let's get started. And before we get started, let me show you my office. So this is basically my office. This is my work desk. The iPad is in the floor. This is the outside view. This is Gitanjali Park and Candor in sight. And here I'm building this stuff. Nobody is here because today is Eid, and the AC is not working, hence the fan.
So today, we're going to show you step by step how to build a PC in 2023 using a Ryzen 7000, Ryzen 5000, and Intel builds. Now, I know this is your first PC in a while, or if this is your first PC ever, it can seem really, really scary. And of course, we've all been there before. So I'm here to tell you that not only is this easier than you think it's going to be to build a PC, but most importantly, you can do this. That's right, you got this. Remember, if you get value out of the video, give a like to make a real difference to the channel, and of course, subscribing, click that bell icon and you get notified when we release cool content. With that, let's jump into it. First off, let's do a parts check. Now, if you need help on what parts to pick, check out our recent Parts Explained series, or if you need specific compatible hardware, we have a lot of build lists and guides on the channel, like our Ryzen 7600 one or our Intel i5 13600K one, where we go over all the parts that you need in. We'll leave those build lists linked down in the video description. So for parts, you should have your CPU, a compatible motherboard, compatible CPU cooler, compatible RAM, a storage device, preferably an M.2 NVMe SSD one, a graphics card, a PC case, and a power supply. Let's do a quick tool check as well. Well, the only tool that you absolutely need is a screwdriver, and I do really love this flexible one for about $12 on Amazon, so I'll link the link to it down in the video description. There are some other tools that I like to have available. For cable management, I really like these Velcro strips.
This is the RAM, 32 GB, DDR5 Corsair RAM. Let me unbox everything first. So this is the RAM. Vengeance, 32 GB. This is the Intel Core i5 14600K. This is the unlocked version. This is 2024's most optimal Intel processor till date, according to some critics. Value for money as well as performance. that where I'll be handling the motherboard. This is the power supply. This is the power supply, the SMPS, which is thermal take. This is the motherboard, which is Gigabyte B760M, which has the support for DDR5 RAM. I guess it has 4 RAM slots, which is what I asked, because right now we have started with 32 GB RAM, but my goal is to go to 128 GB. That is 32 GB into 4. So RAM should be handled with care, because you would not like to pass static electricity to it. So you'll be doing it on top of that. Put it here. I hope I'm audible, because a very big chunky fan is running. This is the RGB liquid cooling. This is from Ant Sports Ice 240 ARGB, 240 ARGB liquid cooler. For a machine of this giant configuration, liquid cooling is a must. Getting cold. This is not going to be simple. I have got a feeling. Now this is the graphics card, which is a very basic, I would say. This is NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1050 Ti, 4GB 128-bit GDDR5. I have bought it from E-Mall, all the components from a shop called IT Arena in E-Mall of Kolkata. So opening everything is done other than the SSD. Which we don't need to open now. And this is the cabinet. That's it.
A plastic tag are also okay to Mr. Barrow to try to eat them. And the great thing about these Velcro strips is you can actually open them back up and run more cables or take one out later. I also use a pair of small wire clippers to trim ties, but scissors are fine here too. A little extra thermal paste is always good to have on hand, though most coolers, they do come with an uninstructed two applications. If you end up needing to clean the thermal paste off components, it might be nice to have a little bit of isopropyl alcohol on hand, but this usually isn't necessary. I also really like these relatively cheap and trays to keep our schools and such all together, and they do look pretty cool. I don't typically use an anti-static bracelet, but you certainly can if you want. And if you have an anti-static bar mat, that's great as well. Maybe not necessary as we can build on top of the cardboard motherboard box. Just don't do anything silly like wear socks on top of carpet that can build up that static charge. There is no simple right way for how to build a PC, but there's certainly more of a wonderful one of this. I'm going to show you what I feel is the most efficient and easiest way for how to build a PC. But if you like doing things a little different, that's
We will be setting things up on top of it so that there is no static electricity.
your CPU, and you need to use the BIOS flashback feature, Gigabyte Pulse's G-Flash Plus. Check your motherboard manual on whether you can do that with the CPU installed or not. If you need to do BIOS flashback right now, jump to the end of the video where we go through it in detail. And if not, let's keep going. Step 1, take the motherboard out of the box, and if it has a separate I/O panel like this, then take that out too. Take the motherboard out of the plastic wrapper and put it on top of the box or on your mod mat for both systems.
also the king, the motherboard is out. Should be very careful.
We're going to open the socket by using the lever. Ryzen 5000 systems are AM4 socket with the pins on the chip, so this one's easy. You just put a little side and downward pressure on the lever arm and swing it up gently. Ryzen 7000 systems are AM5 with the pins on the motherboard, as are our Intel systems. And they essentially work the same. We again put a little downward pressure on the lever to unlatch it, then push it very gently to the side and swing up. We then lift the socket cover up, careful not to touch the inside pins or let anything fall in. You can plastic socket cover now if you want, or it'll just pop off when you socket the CPU. Step 2. We take out our CPU out of the plastic clamshell. We find a little
setup is done. It is working. Just checked that the BIOS boot menu was working, but now I saw that there was one boot error. So just installing flashing Ubuntu on a pen drive there in that pen drive, and once this flashing is done, I guess we will try to boot it again. Let's see. I hope it works. And the only problem that was that since it has 4 slots, my motherboard has 4 slots, and I put I have only one RAM, and I put it in the first slot as told in Google, but that didn't work. We just put it in second slot and started working. And there is one good way to check this. Actually, I got to know that there are 4 LEDs, very small red color LEDs, which can tell you what is the error. So and the one that has error, that light will glow up. So we saw that there was light in CPU and RAM. So then we just changed the RAM and it started working. Now the red light is in boot. So there is some problem with the booting. I guess installing the OS might work. So let's see.